Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Neo. In this video, I am working on a return client. She came in and wanted something longer and just different, so we actually went in and took off completely her previous set. I added new tips, blended them, and I am just going in with my priming system. I like to use that Mia Secret system and then a thin coat of the Young Nails Protein Bond. This set that we are doing came out so fun. It was all her idea and I thought it came out really great. There are a few things that I would change in hindsight, but for the most part it was really freaking cool. So to get started, I am doing what I normally do. I'm placing a thin coat of the Young Nails Core Clear on her natural nail. Remember, this is a new set, so basically when she comes in for a redesign, all I have to do is file down to this clear acrylic layer and then we can go from there. I'll backfill with the clear and then make a new design. But for this one, we're just adding a thin coat of that clear acrylic, just blending it down over the tip. It also gives us a smooth base so that we don't have a weird smile line if you didn't happen to blend your tip in really well. And yeah, nothing crazy. So the star of the show for this set is a color by Sugar and Cream called Bella. I actually talked about it in a recent haul video. I will link it in the cards. She came in with notes, guys. Like, this client actually watched my videos, took like actual notes and was just like, I saw this color in your video, I want this, and use these tips. It was so funny, but I so appreciated it. I kind of love it when a client knows exactly what they want. But she did, so she chose the color Bella. It's a frosty pink with glitter in it, but it is a glow-in-the-dark color, and it glows this really cool white, blue, green kind of color. I will show you a clip of that towards the end of the video, but basically every single nail is going to get this color application to it. So we're not doing anything fancy with this set. It is mostly going to be a polished design on top of this gorgeous color. But yeah, this is my first time actually using this color. I bought it mainly because it was a glow powder. I'm trying to build up my glow-in-the-dark collection, and I'm really glad that I got it because it came out really great. And the color was surprisingly just really soft and shimmery. It wasn't too pastel-y on her skin tone. We were really liking it. So I'm just giving her a nice, good coat of this acrylic, making sure to clean up her sidewalls and cuticle area and just make sure to build up a little bit of structure as needed and coverage, because it is a glow. We want there to be a good layer of acrylic all over the nails. Sorry about the light changing in the video. I did have the window open in this room and the sun was kind of moving a little bit, so it looks a little bit yellow, but hopefully it will go back to normal in a bit. I'm just going in with my Young Nails Pore Clear and I will be clear capping all of her nails. This brush that I'm using is a crimped size 16 brush from the Two Guys. I've had it for a long time and I used to use it a lot, but I've kind of fallen in love with this new panna brush that I got from Amazon, but it was dirty, so I'm using this one. And I kind of forgot how much I liked it. It's a really, really good quality brush. As you can see, the crimp is really nice. The bristles are fairly even and spread out in that flat way if you are someone who likes a crimped brush versus a rounder brush. Yeah, so I will link that brush down below just to check that out. But yeah, nothing crazy, just a nice application of the clear acrylic just to clear cap these nails to make sure that we have structure where needed, and just to make sure that we don't lose much of the shimmer in this beautiful acrylic. Now I'm going in with a medium grit hand file, and I'm just going to be trying to get that shape that we want. We are going for a slight coffin, a little bit wider of a coffin, nothing too tapered or tapered square. And I'm just cleaning up the sidewalls and then using that up and down motion that I do here, making sure to squeeze the finger and to keep my pinky down by the tip of the nail to prevent a wobble. Her nails are a little bit longer, so you don't want that wobble sensation. I recently did it to myself and I really hurt my finger. It sucks. So I like to do this up and down motion just because I feel like it gives me a really crisp shape to the nail. You'll see right now the thumb is pretty rounded on the top. It's not particularly crisp, but after I do that up and down motion, you'll see that it's very, very sharp. So just make sure if you do that, you do squeeze the nail because it does get pretty uncomfortable. After that, I'm going in with my 5-in-1 carbide bit, and I'm just going to be smoothing out the surface of the nail. You see me going down the length of the nail. That's me smoothing it out. Occasionally, you'll see me run my thumb down the nail. That's me feeling for anything. I've got my Young Nails dust collector. Please don't think anything about the dust. That's her dust from her previous set that we took off. And I'm using the bit to get into the cuticle and sidewall areas because it is a safety. I can get in there. I'm using my Melody Susie Scamander e-drill at about 10 or 11,000 RPM. And yeah, I'm just using it to smooth out the surface of the nail and to clean up the sidewalls and cuticle area for any acrylic that might have flooded that area. So when this client came in, the first thing she said she wanted was camo. And I had never done a camo set before, but I had an idea of how to achieve it. We picked some colors based on the acrylic that she wanted, and we made it happen. And I was really, really surprised at how easy it was and how cool it kind of came out. So I'm using dotting tools. I just figured it would give more of an organic feel to the camo, and we chose some colors in some different variations that would give us some lights, some darks, and then a pop of color. So since the base of the nail is this frosty pink, we chose a mauve kind of gray color that I'm using now. This is from a Beatles Bear collection. It came in a set of like, I think 15 or so different gel polishes and like nudes and bear kind of colors. We chose a white, a black, a hot pink to be our accent color, and then a pink that was very, very similar to the base color that we're using. So I will be using all of those colors to camo. On two of the fingers, we are going to be doing a French with the camo on the tip. So how I figured to do this, at first we were thinking, you know, maybe we would do it with acrylic, but I was like, oh no, girl, I don't know if I can camo acrylic. I'm not looking to do all of that. So as you can see, I used a thin long liner brush to kind of draw in a loose French shape, and then I'm just going to be covering that with the camo. I'm trying not to place the colors too close together because we do have a good amount of colors to add, and I didn't want to fill it up too much. So as you can see, I'm using a very long liner brush. And the great thing about using these liner brushes is that the longer the brush, the less work you have to do. You just have to kind of lay the brush on the nail and rotate the finger, or drag the brush, and you know, whatever you want will happen. It will happen. You'll get a nice smooth line. So if you notice, I haven't had her cure her fingers yet. Please don't be like me. I do this all the time. I don't cure in between fingers, and then they might like touch the table or touch my hand, and then it's messed up. Cure in between each finger, please. But yeah, I'm starting off with this light mauvey gray kind of color, and just using the largest dotting tool that came in this amazing set that I use so much. I got it from Amazon, and just using it to kind of make these organic kind of blob shapes, like amoeba kind of blob shapes. And as you can see, the next color that we're going in is the hot pink. So it's called Frisky Fuchsia by iGel Beauty. And when I placed this color, she got a little bit nervous, and I was just kind of like, I know it's really, really bright, but we're going to be placing other colors on top. And in the end, we were really happy that we did add this hot pink. It kind of gave it a little something special. And so I'm trying not to place too much of the pink because it is pretty bright compared to the base color that we used. And again, I'm just using that same dotting tool pretty much for all of the colors, and for the French fingers, just making sure to not go over that thin line that we drew with that similar colored gel polish. The middle finger, we're not going to be adding any paint to because we're going to do something special with that towards the end. But yeah, nothing crazy. I'm going to be doing the same thing with the other three colors, the white, the black, and that soft pink. The next color up is white, and as you can see on my palette, I had all the colors just sitting there, and I'm trying to place the colors in random spaces and slightly overlapping them, because in camo, it's not like every single blob has its own space. They do overlap one over the other. So I'm just making sure to cover the other shapes, but not cover too much of the base, if that makes any sense. So you can still see that light pink acrylic underneath the camo because it is the base color, but I'm covering the blobs a little bit with each other and trying not to have too much of one color in one area. Next up is the black, and now I went in and got actually a smaller dotting tool. This set that I got from Amazon, I talk about it all the time, is really amazing. It's 7 pieces or 7 different brush tool things, and they have different sizes of liner brushes, really thin, short ones, long, thin ones, fat, you know, fat, short ones, I don't know. But on the other ends of them are dotting tools, and I use this so much for hand-drawn art. I think it's just a good, really cheap, simple set to have a variety in painting brushes, and it's just great, especially if you're a beginner like me and just want to have a collection of brushes that you know you can rely on. They're synthetic, you don't have to worry about them getting messed up, and they're really cheap. So if they do get messed up, you could just buy another set. But I've had this set for almost a year now, and it's been working great for me. So I'm applying the black, and like I said before, I'm just overlapping the colors. I'm using a smaller dotting tool because I felt like if I added too much black, it would overpower the rest of the colors. And I'm gonna have her cure for 30 seconds in between each different color. The final color I'm going in with is a similar pink gel polish to the acrylic that we used. I just felt like adding this color on top would kind of mute the rest of the other colors and kind of bring back the main focus of the set, which was that Bella soft pink acrylic. And I think it was a good idea because the other colors were kind of taking over. As you can see, the hot pink doesn't really stand out too much anymore because we placed all of those other colors on top. And as you saw just there, I added that light pink on top of the dark pink, and it just kind of pushes things back towards the background. And I think it was a really cool camo effect. So I'm going to apply this to the other fingers. This one is going to have a full nail of camo, and then the thumb is also going to be a French. I think the French came out really good. Part of me was thinking that I should do an outline of the French, but I'm glad that I didn't. It just looks like an organic kind of French. One thing that I would fix in hindsight after completing this set was that when we did the set, we were talking about it and I said to her, you know, I'm not sure if I should encapsulate this camo design, and I kind of wish that I did, because the amount of gel polish that I added to do the camo design with these, you know, organic blobs did leave a slight texture to the nails even after I added the glossy top coat. I was thinking after applying the pink acrylic, I could have painted it and then clear capped. That way the surface of the nail would be 100% smooth. Either way, it wasn't a real issue. It was just something that I could fix, you know, because, you know, I'm trying to do the best that I can. It was just something that I thought of after the client left. You know, if I did something like this again, I would rather encapsulate the design just so that we have a really smooth finish. But no biggies, I'm going in with my Milkshake Glossy Top Coat. I've been loving this top coat. I used it in another set that I have a video for. I'll upload that soon. But it came out really, really good. I'm gonna have her put her hand in the LED light and cure for a full 60 seconds to kind of get this set under wraps. So for this finger, the client said she wanted texture and knew exactly what she wanted. So I'm using a shorter, thicker liner brush from the same set. It's a great set, guys. I would definitely suggest it. And I'm drawing really loose, organic, and different thicknesses of lines. And as you can see, I am just trying to vary it up so that they're not straight lines all the way through. I'm making some thicker on the right and thinner on the left, and then thicker on the left and then thinner on the right. As you can see, kind of like an alligator texture. I'm not sure if that's what alligator skin looks like, but you know what I mean. And I'm using a good amount of the gel polish. So I'm not being like scanty with it. I'm getting a good amount on the brush, and then I'm just kind of floating it onto the nail using these, you know, organic kind of shapes. Then I'm going to sprinkle her finger with this same glow-in-the-dark acrylic Bella by Sugar and Cream, and then we will have her cure in the light for a full 60 seconds. And this will be the finishing of the nail. So I'll just let you watch that up. With this step, I'm making sure to completely saturate the gel polish. Sometimes if you do this very quickly, all of the gel polish doesn't soak in as much acrylic as possible. So if it looks like I'm adding way more powder than I should, I am. It's just because I want that gel powder to really suck up the gel polish to really suck up the acrylic. And this is what it came up looking like. I think it's so cool. Here's what those nails look like glowing in the dark. They truly glow. The glow in the dark acrylic colors from Sugar and Cream are fantastic. And as you can see, all of those beautiful gel polish blobs to make this gorgeous camo. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.